This is Old Time Radio.
An Old Time Radio broadcast.
Old Time Radio presents Please Remember, syndicated first in 1947. Our play this week concerns the trials and tribulations of one Dr. Irish Stewart, a character I think you're going to like. And our star is a young man with experience on stage, screen, and radio, one Mr. John Newland, a character I know you're going to like. And now here's our director, Les Mitchell.
And here's our star, Mr. John Newland. John, after the performance you turned in several weeks ago opposite Virginia Bruce, we've been looking forward to your appearance here as a fully fledged star.
Well, thanks, Les. You've been very kind, and believe me, I appreciate your encouragement.
Well, John, any encouragement I've given is certainly well-deserved.
Well, I hope my performance will justify it. I like the play, and I hope our audience will like me as Irish.
I'm sure they will, John, and I'm equally sure that they'll want to hear more about you after the play.
I'll be Johnny on the spot, Les.
Fine. And now, curtain going up. Places, everyone. Curtain. The curtain is up, and here is the play.
'Tis a very strange thing. Everything happens to me. A resident doctor in a regular hospital has normal accident patients. You know, the kind that want to get well and get out of the hospital. But does that happen to me? Not on your life. Maybe I should have known I was headed for trouble when the ambulance brought them in, and the report said that the boy had crashed into an embankment when he leaned over to kiss the girl. But little did I suspect what was going to happen when I mixed that sedative for the pretty girl.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Drink this, Mrs. Goober. It'll take away that ache.
Oh, my head. Oh, I hurt all over. What happened to me?
Come, Mrs. Goober, sit up.
Oh.
Drink this while it's still bubbling.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's awful.
Oh, that's a good patient. I'll take the glass.
Where am I? Who are you?
You're in the Northern Hospital, Mr. Goober. I'm Dr. Stewart, the resident physician.
Well, what happened to me, Doctor? Doctor? You look awfully young to be a doctor.
Well, so they tell me. Well, everyone else in the building calls me Irish. If you like that better than doctor, fire away.
What happened? How did I get here?
Don't you remember? You were in an automobile accident. But don't worry. You're not badly hurt, just bruised. A little rest and you...
Accident? How?
You are mixed up, aren't you? You were driving along the Henry Hudson Parkway with your husband, Mrs. Goober, and as far as anyone...
Driving with my what? Mrs. Who?
Your husband. But don't worry about it. He'll be all right. You were both...
No.
What's the matter, Mrs. Goober?
No, I'm not married. I have no husband. That's what's the matter. And that awful name you're calling me, it isn't mine.
Well, not yours. But there's a wedding license in your baggage.
I don't care what you found in... What baggage?
Well, the baggage you and Mr. Goober had in the car.
Goober? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not married to anybody.
Oh, you're not then? Then what were you doing surrounded by rice and bags with a sign on the back of the car saying, just married, and your wedding
I haven't any...
is in the hospital safe with the rest of your valuables. Tell me, if your name isn't Goober, what is it?
Now, don't you get your Irish up at me, Irish doctor. And don't call me by that name again. For heaven's sake, I ought to know my own name, I guess. It's silly. For the moment, I can't think what my name is.
Can't think of your name. And you really don't remember any accident?
No, I don't. Oh dear, what's the matter with me?
No, don't get frightened. It's nothing serious. It's not a bit serious.
But what is it?
Well, I can't be sure yet. Look, you rest. I'm going to the next room and have a talk with your husband, with the man who was...
Was he really in an accident with me?
Yes, he really was.
Honest, he was?
Honest to God. Our ambulance picked you up from your red car.
Oh, well, then he must have kidnapped me. Oh, my head hurts too. He probably dragged me by the hair.
Now, Mrs. Goober, don't be going.
Don't
getting
you
up.
goober me. You goober him. He must have drugged me. I'll bet his head doesn't hurt. You call the police.
Now, please, you mustn't excite yourself.
Goober indeed.
Just try and relax and try to remember. I'll be back later.
You ask him who I am. He's a kidnapper. I want the police. I want him hanged.
Oh, brother. Mr. Goober. Bill Goober. Awake?
Oh,
Oh, easy does it.
oh, what the heck hit me?
Don't get up, just relax now. You were in an accident. But you're going to be all right.
Accident? What accident?
Your car hit an embankment on the West Side Highway. It is a wreck, but yourself and your wife are pretty well off.
Oh, well, I'm glad that. What? Me and who?
Well, your wife,
My wife?
Mrs. Goober.
My wife? Look, Doc, you got the wrong guy. I'm not married.
Oh, you're not. Now, look, I can take a joke as well as the next man.
Yeah, and can dish him out, too. I tell you, I'm a single man.
I'm trying to help you folks, but unless you cooperate, I'll have to put this matter in the hands of the police.
Police? Oh, police. What for? Is it a crime not to be married?
There's something fishy about all this. People in passing cars say that you leaned over to kiss your wife while driving and ended up against an embankment. Your car's loaded with luggage, and there's a wedding license.
That happened to me? Doc, you're crazy.
Oh, for heaven's sake, can't I get any help out of either one of you? Don't you remember it either, Mr. Goober?
Mr. Who?
Goober? You're Bill Goober, aren't you?
Certainly not. I knew you had the wrong guy. Goober? Whoa, that's not my name.
What the devil do you mean?
Well, just what I said. You've got the wrong man.
No, I have I? Now tell me, mister, if your name isn't Goober, what is it?
My name is. It's. Hey, I can't remember.
What?
I've forgotten it. But it's not Goober. It couldn't be. Gosh, I don't get this.
You don't get it? Well, I get it, but I'm not sure I believe it.
What do you mean?
Well, you and your wife have both got amnesia.
Doc, this thing I've got, amnesia, is it bad?
No, Mr. Goober. Just a temporary loss of memory due to your injuries. Now, you'll get over it. Just stay in bed here and rest.
I will remember then.
Certainly. You'll recover fully, just a matter of time. We need your cooperation, of course. You see, this case is, well, to put it mildly, it's unusual.
What do you mean, unusual?
Well, you and your wife have both got the same ailment. It's very rare. I've never heard of it happening before.
Look, Doctor, did you really find a wedding license, a Goober and all that?
Yes, we did.
All right, then. I can't remember, but that woman, the one who says she's my wife, she's faking. She must be. Get the truth out of her, Doc.
For heaven's
How'd
sake.
she even manage it?
Manage what?
Tricked me into marrying her.
She did no such thing. As a matter of fact, in her present condition, she thinks you kidnapped her.
What? That's a lie. Well, she's faking, I tell you. What's she got to forget? She trapped me, didn't she? Oh, wait. It won't stand up.
What won't?
Goober. I can get it annulled. She married me under a fake name.
Please slow down. Before you go to court, try and remember something, will you?
How did she manage it? My head, it's splitting. Oh, that's it. She slugged me.
Oh, holy cow.
Sneaked up behind me and slugged me. She must have been desperate. Why when I get my hands on her?
No. Calm down. This is bad for you.
Oh. All right. Now I see it. She married me for my money.
What money? Do you remember something?
No, but she must have. Why else do this?
What's the use? Look, we'll trace you through your property. I'd better clear out to here now. This is a fine kettle of fish.
What's the matter?
Nothing. You rest and try to remember now. I'll be back, but if we don't clear this up quick, I have a feeling I'm going to need a doctor.
Oh, it's so kind of you to show me the way to Dr. Stewart's office, Dr. Burns.
Oh, not at all. It was right on my way. And after all, I'm
I'm very interested in your daughter's case, and I've heard the staff discussing it quite remarkable from a psychiatric point of view, of course, you know.
Oh, you're a psychiatrist. Oh, how wonderful. Well, you know, I've always wanted to consult a psychiatrist. To watch him work. And now I'll have the chance.
Well, it's not my case, Mrs. Conaway. It's Dr. Stewart's. Of course, I've worked with him before, and if you would want me to help out.
Oh, but I insist.
Well, here we are.
Come in.
This is Mrs. Conaway, Dr. Stewart. Dr. Stewart will tell you the facts of the case, Mrs. Conaway, and I'll probably see you a little later.
You'll what?
Oh, I asked Dr. Burns to consult with you on the case. Well, you don't mind, do you, Dr. Stewart?
Mind? No. I'd like nothing better, Mrs. Conway. Won't you sit down?
Has there been any change since you called me, Doctor?
No, not a bit. They're still both in a
Oh,
fog.
goodness. Well, I can't understand it. And they were so much in love and on their honeymoon. Oh, it was such a beautiful wedding.
Well, there's a good chance that seeing you will snap them out of it, Mrs. Conway. We'll go up as soon as they've come out of that sedative.
Well, in the meantime, Doctor, now I wonder if you would help me. You see, I've been having the strangest symptoms lately.
On second thoughts, Mrs. Conway, it might be better if we woke them up. If they see you after a sudden awakening, it might do the trick.
Carol, darling, don't you know me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Irish. Who is she?
Oh, the poor dear.
It's your mother, Carol. That's who it is.
That's my mother. Oh dear. I'm awfully sorry, but I don't remember. I just can't seem to.
Oh,
Mrs. Conway, now, please, tears won't help. Yeah, no, that's better. Pull yourself together.
she doesn't know me, my own baby, my Carol.
Are you sure you're my mother?
Oh, yes, Carol. Oh, look at me, dear. You used to call me Mommy Cakes, remember?
Yes, that's it. That's it. Now, tell her things about the past.
Oh, yes. Now, let me see.
Now, Carol, please trying hard to remember.
Oh, but I feel so helpless. I do try, honestly, but it's like trying to see through a stone wall.
Oh, now, remember Cape Cod, dear, and Summers?
Summers.
Yes, we always took that cottage at Point Independence. Now, your room upstairs had the hard mattress.
The hard one.
You used to call it your bed and board all rolled into one.
Cape Cod, mommy cakes, bed and board.
And do you remember, darling, 4 summers ago, you met Bill on the beach. Cora Sue Miller introduced him to us.
She did?
And when he walked off with her, kind of looking back and smiling at you, you said to me, oh, I could marry a man like that if he asked me in a nice way. Oh, dear, you were such a devil about Bill.
Bill. Who's Bill?
Your husband, Bill Goober.
Goober. It's a lie. You are trying to fool me.
Oh, Carol, baby, I
Oh,
would.
Carol, if you can't remember yourself, won't you take our word for it? This lady is your mother.
Oh, no.
Oh, Carol.
Oh, please believe us. The man in the next room is your husband.
No.
And Mrs. Conway is your mother.
Oh, she is not. No.
For heaven's sake, why not?
Because if she was really my mother and my name ever was Conway, I'd never have been crazy enough to change it to Goober.
Oh, and if I'd known I'd have a case like this, I'd never have been crazy enough to pass pre-med. Oh, pull yourself together, Mrs. Conway. We'll see what luck you have with Bill. He's in this room.
Oh, dear, my poor children.
Just open the door and go in alone. A sudden sight of you might snap him out of it. Now, go ahead. Walk right in.
Bill? Willie?
Why, who are you?
Oh, William, darling, don't you know me?
No, you? No, I never saw you before in my... Oh, you're the one, darling. Don't you darling me, you old woman.
Bill!
I knew you'd turn to look out like this. I admit it now. You tricked me. You tricked me into marrying you. I'd have been crazy to marry you on my own or on my own free will. You're old enough to be my mother.
But Bill, darling, I'm not...
Where's Dr. Stewart? He said you were a beauty. I noticed you weren't badly hurt in the crash. Only me, the innocent party. What you hit me with, a baseball bat?
Bill, I'm not your wife.
You admit it. Dr. Stewart! That's more like it. If you're not married to me, what do you go around telling everybody these crazy stories for? Doctor! Shame on you.
What does all this yelling about?
It's a hoax, Doc. She just admitted it. She's not my wife at all. Ask her.
Why, I haven't been able to get in a word.
Go ahead. Tell her the truth. Tell him the truth.
Oh no, how the devil did this get started? Of course she's not your wife, she's your mother-in-law.
Then what did you... What? Mother-in-law? I never laid eyes on her in my life.
Oh, my poor children, my poor children.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Honest, I didn't realize why I've been so mixed up. I just naturally thought you were... I just can't remember. I'm sure I'm not married. All of a sudden, I have a wife and a mother-in-law and... Hey, have I got any children?
You were married the day of the accident.
You were married in Boston at my home. Reverend Sipley? Oh, you were both so happy.
Well, there's got to be a way out of this if I just concentrate.
Yes, Bill. Now try as hard as you can.
Wait. Look. What's my name, ma'am?
William.
Oh, come out, Mrs. Conway. There's...
William what?
Oh, Mrs. Conway, I wouldn't...
It's William Goober, remember?
That does it. Goober. Doc, she's in on it too. For herself, she picks a name like Conway, but it's Goober for me.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, I'm not married, and I'm not crazy, and I'm not Goober. Do you hear me? Now get that woman out of here. I'm not Goober. I am not. I am not.
So you're out here, hiding out on her, are you?
Now look, Everett, I have enough trouble without having...
2 amnesias in one family. It's remarkable.
You're getting in my way, Dr. Burns.
You forgot, Dr. Stewart, I came in on this case at the express request of the patient's mother, so we might as well cooperate.
Okay, mastermind. I'll brief you. Neither of them recognize Mrs. Conway. They're each convinced the other one is faking. If they heard the name Goober, they'd throw a fit. If they see each other, there's liable to be a murder. To top it all, they're both fine kids.
Well, I've got an idea that might work. We'll try it on the girl first.
Oh, even if it comes from you, I hope it works. I want to see some improvement there, and fast. I don't like the way she looks at me.
Mother or daughter?
Mrs. Goober is my patient.
And Mrs. Conway wants to be, and you've got to coach me in the proper bedside manner sometime, dear boy.
Oh, let's stick to the facts of the case.
Now, wait a minute. Maybe we can kind of play along. Here's what we're going to tell them.
Carol, this is Dr. Edward Burns. He's a we've learned some interesting facts about your case.
Oh, how do you do, Doctor? I'm afraid I'm a very muddled patient.
Well, young lady, we've learned something that may interest you.
Oh?
Well, the truth is, we found out that you are not married at all.
No.
And your real name is Mary Allen.
What, not married?
No.
Oh, Mary Allen. That doesn't really sound right either.
Oh, believe us, Carol, your name is Mary.
But I don't understand. How could you...
A terrible, vicious mistake, Miss Allen. The man in the next room is suffering from...
Dementia hysteriosis, he's got.
Yes, the whole story was a fiction.
Oh, I see. And the woman who said she was my mother?
Nearsighted. She phoned this morning to say that the real Goobers are honeymooning in Florida.
Well, oh, thank goodness that's cleared up.
Now, all you have to do is rest and get well. And with this silly problem gone, you'll be remembering in no time.
Mary Allen. It's a nice name, huh? Well, what else about me?
Well, that's all for today. We'll tell you more tomorrow.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Burns. You've made me happier than I can say.
Well, that's quite all right, my dear. Coming, Dr. Stewart?
Certainly.
Oh, Irish. Stay another minute, will you?
Well,
Go ahead, Dr. Stewart. I'll wait in the corridor.
well, Miss Allen.
Call me Mary. You used to call me Carol.
Well, Mary then.
Irish, I'm awfully happy now. You know why?
Well, of course. Now you know your real name.
Yeah, that too. But really, because I'm not married, Irish.
Oh, of course.
Oh, of course. You're very formal with me, Dr. Irish Stewart.
Really, Carol. I mean, Mary. Dr. Burns is waiting, and I've been in.
You know,
such
I looked in the mirror today and I'm really a kind of pretty girl.
Of course you are, Carol. I'm Mary.
And now we both know that I'm not married.
Oh, we know no such. I mean, you'll have to avoid decisions of things until you remember.
I see you're going to make me say it all, Irish. You coward. I know you like me. I can tell.
That has nothing got to do with anything. You relax and behave yourself and stop being so darn sweet and pretty all at once. It's goodbye.
I'll be waiting, Irish.
Hey, what happened to you?
Oh, you and your bright ideas. Now that she thinks she's single, Carol thinks she wants me. Another minute and she'd
What happened? I mean, what did you do?
do. What could I do? I retreated.
Oh, but look here, that was wrong, all wrong.
Wrong? I tell you, another minute and I'd have been the third corner of a triangle.
Oh, now, look, when she comes out of this, she won't even remember you. The important thing is to make her happy and set her mind at ease. It's the only way to bring on a cure.
Are you suggesting?
Oh, certainly. Now, go back in there and tell her whatever she wants to hear.
I can't.
Oh, unorthodox cases require unorthodox treatment. It's the only way. You want to get rid of her, don't you?
Oh, well, okay.
Irish, you came back.
Obviously.
Come closer, Irish.
Now, don't excite yourself, Mary.
You come right over and kiss me, Irish, or I'll jump out of bed and kiss you.
Don't you dare.
Well, why'd you come back?
Because you're shameless. That's why I couldn't. You're so.
Come on and sit here, Irish.
Oh no.
Come on. Kiss me, you fraidy cat. My heart's going like 60. What else would you prescribe, doctor?
I'm darned if I know. This never came up in medical school. I'd better get out of here.
Oh, no. You stay right here. You leave, and I'll chase you in my bare feet.
You stay right there in bed.
I warned you.
Carol, get back into bed.
Now, you big white-coated baby, you'll kiss me or I'll mow you down. I will.
Dr. Stewart!
Oh, darling, my darling Bill.
Oh, Carl, Who? Did you say Bill?
Dr. Stewart?
You're not my Bill. How dare you kiss me?
Oh, why? You remembered.
I remember what? Don't you dare touch me. Where's my husband? What have you done with my husband?
I consider what he's done highly unethical and unprofessional. Really, Dr. Stewart, making love to this woman and her husband right in the next room.
You keep out of
Oh,
this.
this time I've got you right behind the 8 ball, Dr. Stewart. I'm sure the board will be very interested in a full.
Oh, go hide. Carol, where are you going? Come back here.
You just try and stop me.
Carol, don't go in there. He might get violent.
Stop!
Bill? Bill? Oh, Bill. Oh, my Bill, you're hurt.
Who the heck are you?
Bill Goober, don't you dare not know me.
Oh, Goober. So you're the one.
Oh, put down that pillow, William Goober.
Goober.
Let go, Bill, of that water tumbler.
Oh, put those things down, silly. It's me, it's Carol.
Vampire, you. I'll show you. Duck! Get her off of me! That's terrible. Separate them, Dr. Stewart.
I don't know what I can do.
Kiss me, Bill. It's Carol, honey. Give me a kiss.
Let go of me. Help!
Clumsy, you dropped the pitcher. Bill, will you kiss me?
Will you please?
Oh. Bill, darling.
Carol. Oh, Carol, baby. What
Dr. Burns, he remembers her. They both remember.
Oh, amazing.
Really? Haven't you two doctors any other patients to see?
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's right, Mrs. Goober. I would just like to. Oh, Mrs. Goober.
Mrs. Bill Goober. Oh, it's a wonderful name.
Well, that's that. Now for some unfinished business. You've been getting in my way, my friend, and I've got you alone in a nice empty room. I think I'll remove you from practice for a few weeks.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, your patients are going to miss you due to a regrettable but unavoidable accident.
Now, Irish, don't you get your Irish up. I mean...
Come back and stand your ground.
Oh, how exciting. Irish, my dear boy, you know, I've just seen the children, and they owe it all to you. And now that you've done so well for them, I wonder if, well, you see, I've been having these symptoms lately.
Oh, it's just like I said. Everything happens to me. See what I mean? No sooner did I get the newlyweds together again and contented with the name of Goober than I had Mama and her symptoms. My only consolation was that I persuaded her to take up her problems with a specialist. One, Dr. Edward Burns. All of which should keep him out of my hair for a while at least.
And now, here's our director, Les Mitchell, again.
And here's our star, Mr. John Newland. Believe me, John, your performance justified your star status.
Oh, thanks, Les. I had a lot of expert assistance from my old friends and associates, the Lewises, Kathy and Elliot.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Les. Didn't I hear you say something before the show about briefing our audience on John?
That I did, Kathy.
In which case, as old friends and associates, we'll carry on with Operation Newland.
Oh, well, let's see. John, you've played roles in musicals and dramatic shows on Broadway, didn't you?
Oh, yes, Les, and sandwiched in some radio work.
And a brief stay at the American Academy, where he found that he learned more from practical experience than the study of Stanislavski.
So you went back to acting.
And the Army. I spent almost 5 years in the service, part of the time as a member of the radio unit that presented Assignment Home and Return to Duty.
More stage work during summer theater at Laguna, and finally pictures.
Well, that about seems to cover your activities, John.
Ah, completely, Les, and succinctly.
Oh, but you've left out the most important thing.
Oh? Well, what's that, Kathy?
Really? His looks.
Oh, Kathy.
John is tall, tanned, and very attractive.
Well, Kathy, now, wait a minute.
As a matter of fact, I'd say his looks match his voice.
Goodbye, Les.
Goodbye, and thank you, Kathy and Elliot Lewis.
Goodbye, and thank you, John Newland. And please, come back and star for us again. It's been a real pleasure bringing you our play, Please Remember, and we hope you'll be with us next week.
This is Old Time Radio.
An Old Time Radio broadcast.